Hi everyone! In today's video, I will be sharing with all of you how you can improve your pronunciation. Well, I would not consider myself as someone who is able to pronounce every single word correctly. I do get mistakes, but the most important thing is that I learn from my mistakes and I practice, and especially I remember what I have learned. So it's important for you to remember words that you frequently pronounce wrong and put it to the test. Let's have an example of this word, right? It is pronounced correctly as chaos, but I used to pronounce it chaos all the time, and I cannot fix it. So you see, it's important for you to actually learn from your mistakes and try to fix it. But don't worry, I'll be showing you some very simple, basic tips on how you can improve your pronunciation at home all by yourself. But remember, the most important thing throughout this entire video is consistency. You have to be consistent and patient so that you will be rewarded. Alright, tip number 1. You can try to do vocal warm-ups. Now, why is this important? Fun fact, before I record this video, I have to do some vocal warm-ups. So you don't have to be a singer to be professional at vocal warm-ups. You can just try to pronounce some sounds in English, pronounce them loud and clear so that your voice and your throat will be clearer and it will be better for you when you pronounce some words. So for me, before I do this video, I will try to do like O, E, and pronounce some words loud and clear so that my throat will be better. Because normally, if you do not speak for a long time, it will be very difficult for you to speak clearly. And part of pronouncing words correctly is to be able to speak clearly. So make sure that you can do vocal warm-up. Just try to warm up your vocals and try to get used to speaking. That's tip number 1 that I always do. Remember to drink plenty of water because without water, your throat will be super dry and you will be unable to pronounce some harder words. Okay, so we will move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is make a video of yourself. Now, you don't have to be shy because if you're always shy, then I promise you, you cannot learn anything. If you want to really improve your pronunciation, I think it's best that you stepped out of your comfort zone and just be yourself and just try something new. So for me, if you see my old videos in my YouTube channel, probably 5 years ago, I had bad pronunciation. I pronounced words wrong, but I never give up. I still continue recording videos and I get better day by day. So when you make a video of yourself speaking English, or you don't have to actually make a video, you can just record your sound. You can record your sound, but I really suggest making a video. So why making a video can help with your pronunciation is because when I'm talking to you here, I have to use my body language. I act out and I'm more confident when talking to you guys. You can also record your voice, but when you record your voice, you will have less incentives to pronounce words correctly and you will not try as hard as when you are recording a video. So you can try recording a video and try to listen to it again to see if you spot any mistakes. And I suggest that you have a partner or someone that is good at English and can help you get better. Because for me, I think like my teacher really helps me a lot and my sister also helps me a lot. Like we give each other feedbacks. So for example, after I finish filming this video, I will also ask my mom for suggestion. She can suggest me to pronounce words clearer, and also my sister can suggest me to make better videos maybe. So when you make a video of yourself, you can also be more confident when pronouncing words. I think part of improving your pronunciation is you are confident enough to pronounce that words out loud. So yes, making a video really helps. And It has worked for me, so I hope it works for you. You can try making short videos, no need to be long, just 1 to 2 minutes talking about anything, and I promise you, your English and your pronunciation will improve. Okay, tip number 3. You can try to act out a scene. Well, if you look at my old videos, I also act out a lot of scenes from the comedy called Extra. It's a comedy and there are lots of funny scenes, and I try acting it out. I think this method really helps me, and even if you're older, you can also try them by yourself. Even though this is sometimes a bit weird, I think it really helps with you being more confident and actually learn the intonation when you pronounce words of those actresses and actors in the movie. I really suggest you acting out comedies because comedy is actually better and they speak slower and it's funnier instead of acting out horror movie. So you can try acting it out and you can also try to intimate them with some sounds they make and you can try to just repeat. I think that part of the step is repeating and repeating. Repeat after someone who is a native speaker can really help. And I used to repeat after Rachel's English. Rachel's English, you can check out her YouTube channel. She is a pronunciation coach, which can help you master American English. And you can try to repeat after some kind of video of some native speakers. You can try to repeat after British English, American English, or Australian English. As long as they are native speakers, I think repeating is ultimately the best tip that I can give you. Because if you repeat after them, you repeat exactly the sound they make and you repeat how they speak certain words, then you can definitely improve your pronunciation in the long run. So that's tip number 4. If you don't really feel comfortable acting out a scene, you can try repeating again that scene or a native speaker. But if you can act out a scene, I would really suggest it. It can help you with your confidence and how you speak certain words, how you pronounce it, how you express that words overall. And for repeating, there are many YouTube channels like English, Lucy's English, Rachel's English, Learn English with Bob the Canadian. I can put them on the screen if you want to see. And you can just repeat them. You can pause the video. You can just watch it over and over and over again. And you can just repeat sounds that you feel it is difficult to make. I strongly suggest you to repeat after videos of native English speaker. Let's move on to the next tip, which is none other than reading out loud. I actually love reading out loud, like when it is especially during my free time, I would love reading out loud for my mom to hear. And I would love reading out stories, especially acting out stories. So yes, I'm currently reading again this book, and there are a lot of funny scenes which I would read out, and I would act out, I would imagine the tone of the character. I think it's best when you first practice with this is to choose a book, your favorite book, and to choose an easy one first, so that it's easier to read out loud. Why can this help with your pronunciation, you may ask? It's pretty obvious, because when you've stumbled or when you see a word you cannot pronounce, then you have to search for the dictionary, right? Like you have to do it. You cannot just pronounce them wrong. So it can really help with your pronunciation. Like when I read out loud normally, when I read in my mind, I would just skip words I cannot read. Even though I understand, but I cannot read, I will just skip it because I'm lazy. But when I read them out loud, it will force me to actually search to how to pronounce that word correctly. So reading out loud can really help with your pronunciation. You don't have to speak very fast. Just speak slowly and adjust your speed when reading out loud. And the next tip I will give you is you can try to sing along. I'm sure that you know some singers like Taylor Swift or Charlie Puth, or you definitely are a big fan of some of US UK music, right? So you can try to sing along to them, sing out loud or just sing by yourself. But I think that if you are confident and you are brave enough to actually sing out loud, I normally sing out loud too. I think all of your voices are absolutely great, and you can try to sing aloud. Normally, I'm sure that you guys just kind of like act out the music and you can just sing to the music sometimes. So singing aloud can really help with your pronunciation because you can learn how the singer pronounced the word, and singing can also help you to adjust your tone better. Yes, I would really suggest for you to sing along to some music you like. And the last tip is none other than shadowing. Yes, shadowing turns out to be really effective in this. I think that you definitely know the basic steps of how you can do the shadowing. Like you just listen again and again, open the caption, and you just kind of like remember their tone and their intonation and how they speak certain words. So shadowing can extremely help you with your pronunciation overall. So those are some tips that I find really helpful with practicing pronunciation. I think you just need 30 minutes each day to practice. No more, no less, and you will ace this skill. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!